Hello, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. Yes, still donning the festive wares, festive decorations. Why? Because I'm not one that likes to put Christmas decorations away. I'm a procrastinator. What can I tell you? At the time of this video being dropped, I would say it's now, let's see, today's the 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. This is probably probably January 10th. Yeah, there should be things. It will be down eventually, folks. And do trust me that I am not a procrastinator that much. I do plan on probably putting it down this weekend that this video drops. But I sometimes stack my video recordings back to back to back. So I have and put them out kind of ahead of time. So that's why there is. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful new year. I hope your holiday season was great. I hope that you felt all the good feels of the holiday season and you were able to spread the joy to others. And yes, of course, I hope, as all my fellow collectors out there, you did indulge in a little Star Wars gift getting and maybe gift giving and received some wonderful items for your collection. And I did. I was really excited for it. And some of them came from myself and some of them came from my family, which I was really appreciative of. So we are getting something. This one involves a story. So and to be perfectly frank with you, I am trying to remember exactly where I got this from. The only thing I will tell you is that it's not something I normally get. And in addition to it not being something I normally get, it's not something that I had to pay anything for. It was a free item. Or rather, I had some type of rewards or points. And I'll be honest with you, there was a lot going on. I don't remember exactly why I had these points and from which group that I had these points, but I had them and I spent it and I received it in the mail. And it doesn't really give me a good indicator as to why and who this came from. So I apologize for that. I'd probably like to be more informative, but you can. It's proof that, when you do things like, when you are a frequent user of a credit card or of a certain thing here, a certain thing there, or you get points through certain companies, they will find items for you that you can actually get and, get reimbursed for the points and pay really nothing. Okay. And this was an example of that. So what is it? Again, it's not something I normally use. You don't normally get. It is a Boba Fett kit. Boba Fett plastic model kit. Now, I'm not a modeler. I mean, I don't do a lot of I just don't. I have some. I have some from my old days of there we go. Some of my old days when back in the day, the Star Wars models that came out, the MPC, those type of models, I would put those together. I usually only did the snap together ones, so I am very curious about this. Okay, so it looks rather challenging. There are many pieces to it. It's colored plastic, so that's good. So I am going to try to put this together. It is, at the time of this recording, and it's still January 1st, which is my last day before a break. So I am going to, I hope that this thing has detailed instructions. Okay, yes, it does. But it's in Japanese. Oh, no, there's some English too. Okay, good. So I'm going to just start, but I'm not going to have you guys have to watch this. I'm going to put it on high speed. So here we go with our high speed build. Okay, well, what was probably about a minute to you was about an hour and a half to me. And again, part of this is I'm not a model person. I don't have the dexterity of others to do this quite, as well as others do. However, I have to say, Bandai always does a good job, I feel, in, helping beginner, novice level model makers kind of work towards something. If it's something that you're interested in and you've never done modeling before, I would recommend Bandai these figures as a great stepping stone into stuff that's a little bit more complex. This is Boba Fett. It is a fully posable figure, but I'm going to warn you now, I am not going to move it. It is a fully posable figure, and it is built in a very similar way to any of those buildable figures that Lego used to put out, although in much greater detail, obviously. But so I would definitely say that it is a kind of a close cousin, or maybe distant cousin, of the Lego buildable figures. And you'll also notice that if you look in greater detail that he doesn't have a lot of detail, and that's because they did include these labels. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they gave you 2 sets, and they look like all the same stuff, but one set of labels, this one, is actually, stickers that you can actually take off and apply. These are the ones that I think you have to kind of cut off, and yeah, they don't really come off. I think they work like, or maybe they're labels, I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I think what they are the types of in model kits that you get them wet and then you gently take them off and apply the decals. I'm not going to do either, okay? Mainly because I know that my dexterity, that's where I start. I wasn't even good, folks, at putting the vintage stickers on the toys in the 70s and 80s. It's just, some of them are so tiny that you need tweezers, you need like one of those eyepieces that you can look at like and magnify. It's definitely a more pro level of what you do. So I'm going to leave it as is. We did come with alternative fist hands, which I'll leave on the base, and it also has a little connector if I wanted to get another one and do it. I might do this again. I mean, I enjoy the Boba Fett character, and as I said, this was pretty much free. I think I might have paid like $1 for shipping or something when I got through all my points and stuff of whatever this sale was. And I just thought that, give it a shot, see what it's like. I'm glad I did it. Am I going to make a hobby of it? I don't know. I started off really enjoying it, but then I started getting kind of frustrated, only because it is very, very brittle, and you got to be careful not to damage it, so that's all. But that's my foray, my attempt at a Bandai 1/12 scale plastic model kit of Boba Fett. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And until next time, may the Force and the toys and the models be with you.